everyone, my name's Luca and I'm a LARPer. For those who are unfamiliar, LARP stands for Live Action Roleplay, and basically it's Dungeons and Dragons but make it real life. So we are telling stories, living as these characters in real time. Today's video is a little bit of a different one. I know I said that about the last one as well, but you know, this is fine. We're doing a little bit of a LARP wrap-up for the year. So we have just come to the end of 2025. I'm not sure if I'll end up uploading this by the end of 2025. We'll find out when I get to that point. But regardless, we're here and it's been a crazy heckin' year of LARPs. From quests with abysmal weather to me branching out and trying different styles of LARPs and a bunch of day games and stuff that have been absolutely phenomenal, all the while making such cool memories and friends along the way. It's been one heck of a year. So without further ado, I am doing this completely off script. I have a list of the events that I want to talk about and I'm just gonna bleh about them. So you'll have to deal with my rambling, and I'm so sorry, editing Luca, for the absolute nightmare this is going to be to edit in the long run. But yeah, for now, let's begin. With that being said, I think we're going to begin with Flames of Vengeance. Holy heck. When I started a little plot thing with some on-field banter with one of my friends, Tyson, in the first years I started doing LARP, I did not think it would get to that. It ended up being the Geelong Soulcraft chapter's largest game that we ever had. There was 100 people that showed up. Hence why we ended up calling it in character the 100-Man War. There was insane amount of folk that showed up for that. I had interstate players come down for this game. There was Ritterstein folk, and I had a couple of Hellstrikers that came down for this game, which was actually insane for me to think about. This silly little plot that me and a friend started as some on-field banter ended up being that is crazy to me. It was such a fun night too, just roleplay wise, and having all the consequences come up from years of this silent war between the Everfrost and the Arisen Legion, and then finally having it all come to this massive communulation and conclusion at this one theme battle night that we hosted down in Geelong. It was so cool. I got to do an epic battle speech, which you'll see when I get to the filmy bit later. I got some incredible photos, and I got to really develop Nyx as a character in that moment. After so many years of trying to figure out how to be a leader, in that moment, at that night canonically, she pulled everything she knew into hopefully what would have been a successful driving out of chaos within Handelsdorf. Ended up being just kind of a remote draw thematically, just because it made more sense for the story, and when we get to Odyssey later in the video, you'll see why that's just God. But yeah, it was a super duper cool night, and it was just really cool, you know?
He's dead because from a letter, okay? Not from you. My orders were clear. Clear. And he was the one who sent the letter. He wrote it prior to his death, and he fell to elves. They killed both!
Next one, I think we'll talk about the Camelot Medieval Fair. This was a little small Renaissance festival, wasn't really major, fairly community run, which was super duper fun up other side of Melbourne ways. This was up near Gippsland. I was reached out to by a bunch of the Gippsland swordcrafters that they were looking for folk to come and help show off swordcraft at this Ren Fair. Ended up being an incredibly fun frickin' day. I got to run around as little Chaos Gremlin Misery for the event, which was super duper good. Really nice way to kind of just play her being a little chaos creature before her inevitable demise at Kriegstore, which we will get back into later in the video. But it was just a really, really fun day to like hang out with a bunch of friends and nerds and just kind of show off, you know. The roleplay biffs were definitely the highlight of that event, just because we got to like show off and just kind of roleplay a bit. I had a really fun one with Tash, which was super duper good. What else was there at that? Oh, we also ended up convincing the CFA group that was there to let us use the dunk tank on washboard, and god, it was so funny just seeing all of the mums just like click up their phones the second this man went in the dunk tank. It's actually hilarious. It was so freaking funny. But yeah, it was a really, really good kind of just chill start to the year, even if I did end up getting mild heat exhaustion at the end of it. That wasn't fun for me on the way home. I got over it. It's fine. One of these days I'll learn to take care of myself in heat, but today is not that day. And nor was that day, apparently. But yeah, that was a super duper fun one.
Oh my. There's a stick there.
I didn't fall. It's fine.
Killing each other's trash.
What do you expect? I told women are witches.
Next, we are going to talk about the wonderful, wonderful time that is Midnight in Melbourne. Now, I had previously only ever done like battle laps, so I'd only ever done Swordcraft. Midnight in Melbourne was actually my first ever LARP outside of the Swordcraft scene, and I actually first heard about it because I marched with Rainbow LARPers in the Midsummer's Pride March a couple months earlier, and I was introduced to Elm there, along with another bunch of Midnight in Melbourne players, and they kind of introduced me to this fact that, oh hey, there's this 3-monthly Vampire the Masquerade LARP that we run that you guys should totally come to, and oh my god, am I glad that I did that. It was such a cool LARP. Like, my stage manager brain absolutely adores how they run the entire thing, just like from a stage perspective, using lighting and sound to like set the scene and the tone, and the storytellers and GMs work so incredibly hard for us for this. You can see more in detail, obviously, about Midnight in Melbourne in the video I made for one of the episodes recently. The last episode, actually, I ended up playing Rune of the Banu Hakim, before Rune fucked up royally that episode, as you would have heard me say in the video, and their clan got run out of Melbourne. It'll be interesting to see if the Barney return at some point. I do think now with the Venture in power in Melbourne that there is a chance that the Barney return, because Melbourne needs its judges, guys. So maybe I do return with Rune if the Barney ever come back, because I think that could be super fun. But for now though, I get to play a cunty little Nosferatu called Calliope, and I adore her. I absolutely adore her. So many power plays going on with that. I'm very, very keen to see how her dynamic with Eleanor grows, along with her dynamic with Victor as well, Bishop Vic. It's gonna be so cool. She's the Venture's darling. She's the darling of the Venture and Herald of the Melbourne Court right now. And I'll be so for real, I'll be genuinely astounded if she makes it to the next episode. If she doesn't die by the end of the next episode, I will be astounded. So we'll see how that goes. But no, genuinely, Midnight in Melbourne has opened so many doors and pathways for me as a LARPer and a content creator, and it's introduced me into the world of LARP, the greater community of LARP outside of Swordcraft, which has been absolutely phenomenal. So it's been a really, really fun time, and I genuinely cannot thank the folk of Midnight in Melbourne enough for welcoming me and my silly little gremlin brain into that side of the community, because it's been super duper good.
Final death, is anyone doing a Diablerie? Cool. If anyone wishes to continue this bloodbath for another round, please present a license to kill now. The scene shall recommence on my mark. 1, 2, 3.
The deed has been done!
There is no plan that you are a failure and you die as such! Not a shame, you fucking racist!
Right, everyone, I want your attention. Someone sweep that dust up. It is unsightly in such a lovely place. Thank you, Nosferatu, for that. Oh my God. Now we have matters of duty to discuss. Hunting grounds must be divvied.
Oh my golly golly gosh. The next thing I think I'm going to talk about today is day games. There has been an insane amount of day games that I managed to attend this year. But the few that really stuck to me is, first of all, Maze of Memories. Now this was a smaller day game that one of my friends, Kieran, ran for their character Azrael. Basically going back through their character's memories, their soul, and untethering them from the clutches of this hag queen that had a grip on their soul. It was super duper cool. Just kind of like role-playing out, going through these memories that I'd only heard of in character, I should say, and then getting to experience them, which was super duper cool. For example, I got to relive a moment from last year's Sudenburg quest as well, which was amazing to see. And just Nyx got to kind of reconcile with her grief over Nina again, which was super duper nice, because she got to see Nina again in Azrael's memories. That was so good. And got to see like the Druki feast with Soul's group. That was fun. My use of Veil there is the most terrifying thing I've done in character to this day. And Nyx is still terrified of Kython, so we'll see if that ever comes to continuation. Also, the Death Knight scene was so incredibly well done. Like, I cannot give enough kudos to Rain and Kieran for how they did this scene, because it was so gorgeously done cinematically as a dance, and like with the song Horror and the Wild by The Amazing Devil, and it was so cool. And I also, to this day, have never been prouder of myself in a roleplay moment this year than I have been when I figured out in character, without any prompting from the GMs, how we had to fix things. And just kind of putting my hand on Nyx putting their hand on Katala's back and just going, distract the Hag Queen. I have an idea, but she can't get near me if I do this. And then managing to use the distraction of everyone else fighting the Hag Queen to drop the soul shards into the blood cauldron, channeling Shamon and Shaiish within someone's soul to fix their soul. Like, it was really good. And a little bit of fun flavor texting from that event too was Nyx had been using Nina's old staff because it was left to her in Nina's will. And after that, the pure amount of Shaiish that she channeled into fixing Azrael's soul in that moment caused the staff to rot away. Which I think is just, it was just a really, really nice, symbolic kind of wrap up to that processing of that grief. And it was a really, really cool day game. So, yeah. What was the next one there? The boat day game. I had the privilege as well of being a silly little sea elf war dancer for a day game as well, which was really, really fun. Under the command of Visser Savoie, got to be a silly little sea elf for a day, and just kind of generally just cause problems for a bunch of folk trying to get back to Ulthuan, which was really, really fun. The mechanics for this game were really cool too. Like, Zoe did a phenomenal job with like the boat mechanics for it. It was like a boat combat thing, which was really, really fun. Just nice, you know, just nice to be a gremlin elf baddie with no stakes really for the event. I may bring Sylvanas back eventually. Depends, we'll see how we go, because I did enjoy playing them, so it could be fun to play them again, but yeah, we'll see. It was very nice just to be a chaos NPC. Not literally chaos, not uppercase C, for the day. The next day game I can think of was the Final Ultimatum. Oh, this was a fun day game. So this was the final day game for the final arc of Rathian's storyline. Rathian being the villain that Ren had been making for Wandering Kindred for quite some time now, over the past few years. And this was the final, like, wrap-up of that point. It was so good. It was such a fun day game. Just, like, the roleplay that went out through it. Nyx killed someone for the first time, meeting her permadeath requirements, so she's now on permadeath, which will be very interesting next event to see if she manages to stay alive or not. But just, like, the roleplay and the storytelling from that day game was absolutely incredible. Like, I can't even begin to describe it. Like, I'm probably just gonna put a bunch of photos and stuff that kind of describe it. Like, there were so many good moments. Like, Nyx got bloodlusted at one point, and in that moment of bloodlust, she's turned to Arwen, who was the person who killed Nina. She thought she was over that anger, but apparently, deep down, she wasn't. And just, like, Lightweaver, Darkweaver shit with Nyx and Kuvia as well, being able to, like, have that moment of just fighting Rathian with the two of them, and it was so good. Super freaking fun day game, and I can't thank Ren enough for facilitating Rathian as a villain, and I'm very keen to see where Rathian's story goes from here on with Igtri, so. The final day game that I'm going to mention in this little section, and I apologize for the ridiculous spiel of this duration in particular, is the Spire Masks We Wear playtests. So this was a non-Swordcraft day game. Will, who's actually I met through Midnight in Melbourne, is running a LARP, which was super duper fun. I got to playtest that, play a little dramatic disaster queer called Vivian, noble of a drow house that was trying to gather allies at this drow party for the civil war that was happening between them and a rival house. Got to do a fun little Romeo and Juliet style enemies to lovers trope with the player who was playing the rival noble. That was super fun. And managed to succeed on all my goals at the end of it. Managed to get the Crucible out with the help of the wonderful journalist from the event, who we found each other straight away as co-conspirators, which was super fun. And then actually informing the rival noble about what was happening. It's like, I shouldn't be telling you this, but we have bigger enemies. And just getting the bard out as well, getting the songbird out. Like, it was really, really cool. And like, it actually definitely helped prompt and inspire me to develop my own LARP further, which secrets and stuff, if you've been keeping an eye on my socials. But no, it was a really, really fun LARP, and I do really want to play it again next year when it goes into official play rather than just in playtesting, because it was really fun. About Kriegstore now. Holy shit, was this an event. Kriegstore was the Ballarat Swordcraft week-long event that happened recently, and oh my god, did stuff go down. Not only did my first ever character, Misery, meet permadeath in a phenomenal frickin' scene, like I could not have asked for that to go better, but Kriegstore fell. Like, that's something I didn't think could happen in a LARP, but it did. We lost Kriegstore, which was crazy. A couple of my favourite moments from that event definitely included Misery's death scene, where I was just kind of, cool, I'm just gonna NPC as this Chaos Cultist for Peter, it'll be fine, I'll jump in with the Tartar stuff, that seems fun, and I'll use Misery for that. And it'll lead into her permadeath scene, which it did. What we weren't told was, cool, we're kidnapping someone. We weren't told who it was until Peter, in character, he snapped into character and gone, get the elf, kill the others. And in that moment, I've just gone, we're going after frickin' Ehos? So that was terrifying. That played out, and then kind of as we're taking Ehos back to the Slaneshi camp, I've kind of just gone to James and just gone, hey, I'm doing Misery's death scene now. Can I take Ehos' staff and headpiece? And James has gone, abso-fucking-lutely you can. So I have grabbed both of those and just started walking around Kriegstore, singing the song that I made up, a parody of Hanging Tree. How'd it go? It was like, are you coming to the throne where many folk gather just to hear my song? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be. Some things... Ehos is gone, taken now is he, or something like that. And I just kind of walked around carrying these two things until people started noticing. And it was so cool, just getting chased through Kriegstore by everyone, and finally Evelyn just coming in and grabbing Misery by the frickin' throat. And Misery's story came to the conclusion with everyone getting their pound of flesh, as it were, and Alvanri, the bard who gave her stage, dealing the final blow finally, being the only one who Zeech thought in a cruel twist of fate would be able to actually harm her. So it was really, really cool. Nyx also had a phenomenal scene leading after that. We had the Ehos bomb scene, where Nyx actually went to Moor. She, along with 4 others, we were exploded back after the Ehos bomb exploded. And had a phenomenal speak with dead scene with the 4 of us. It was Nyx, Keelan of the Dances of Darek, Nali of Yildrai, and it was one other person. Bo. It was Bo. Because all 4 of us got knocked back in the front line, and we were the 4 that were in the instant death range of the martial stick. Super, super duper fun scene there. Also had just the entirety of the final battle of Kriegstore was incredible. Like, just kind of going around healing everyone regardless of side and just saying, we have bigger issues to deal with right now, stop infighting. And then having everyone, the not English monster squad, kind of just go after, and there was a moment where Nyx was shouting at people to get back, keeping a distance from Not English, knowing that this guy was freaking dangerous. And then the player for Not English has pointed and just gone, silence. And I've gone, okay, I'm playing into this. So Nyx had her voice taken from her for a little while. She couldn't speak. But was still like keeping people back and just like gesturing to stay the fuck away. And then eventually a group of like 40 or so people had gathered, been following around Not English, trying to kill him and stuff like that. Nothing was working. This is a powerful agent of the Scarab Queen at this point. And then the player has, we've all gone into this scene knowing that consequences were going to be absolutely fricked. And then it was just a moment of just, nah, I'm done. Power word kill. 40 people drop instantly. And it was just, what? It was so cool. It was so incredibly cool. And just hearing everyone start counting down that death thing. And in that moment, the bookkeeper kind of started going around to a couple of people, just in particular to Nyx as well, and had just gone, you're still useful, full heal. I've gone, oh fuck, out of character. Then the in-character brain has kicked back in. I've looked over to see Evelyn, who I know is a permadeath character, beside me 5 to 10 seconds from bleeding out, and just gone, ah, and just immediately staunched, stopping the permadeath and stopping the bleed out count. It was so cool. It was so freaking cool. The roleplay after that as well in the refugee camp was some of the best roleplay I've ever seen. And just singing a 15 to 20 minute long what do you do with an elfin Kriegstall parody with a bunch of elves and friends was so freaking funny. Angela Cartwell, we love you for playing that same 5-beat note thing for 20 minutes. You're amazing. We adore you. It was a really, really good. It was actually a phenomenal event that kind of just really reminded me of why I enjoy the game so much once again.
Hail from Stubenberg, or perhaps before that, depending on who you are. For this performance, as a moose antler thing, anyone who has mage sight or beyond sight, for the duration of this performance, you would notice a spiritual young elven figure in a white dress dancing across the stage and performing with her. This is a story about 2 children. One who hid to be heard, and another who ran to be remembered. I present to you Kid and Leverett. Found in forgotten fields of flags, and I was the Leverett in hiding. Rowdy as they reap and rally there where the houses once stood. It used to be a kingdom for a foolish majesty. Then he put his hands over his ears and welcomed entry. Came the undergrowth over burgeoning before. What is left is a hamlet and the tales of yore. Found in forgotten fields of flax, and I was the Leverett in hiding. Rowdy and rigorous, they reap and rally there where the houses once stood. Bump, bump, bump down the corridor, I beyond the cranny come. Here says the feathered lady, fairly well to the hound that held your home for boating. Farther off we'll go, found and forgotten fields of flax, and I was the Leverett in hiding. Rowdy and rigorous, they reap and rally there where the houses once stood. forgotten fields of flax, and she was a leverage in hiding. Now she regrets. They reap and rally there where the houses once stood. Found and forgotten fields of flax, and she was a leverage in hiding. Rowdy regrets. They reap and rally there where the houses once stood. Found and forgotten fields of flax, and she was the leverage in hiding. Rowdy regrets. They reap and rally there where the houses once stood. Take my hand and let us wander far from where we had once been strong. I can't see you, not for your eyes. I can't hear you, left me entwined. Where would we go? We're running slow from the house to the fields, from the hills to the hurrying groves.
Refugee camp early in the morning. Way up she rises, way up she rises, way up she rises early in the morning.
Put a child's soul in a crystal hummingbird.
Put a child's soul in a crystal hummingbird. Put a child's soul in a crystal hummingbird. Put a child's soul in a crystal hummingbird. Way.
We'll do Odyssey next. Odyssey was Geelong's event, and oh my gosh, I say this every time, but what a freaking event. Like, I don't even know how to begin to describe everything that happened at Odyssey. Nix tried so hard to rally the folk of Handelsdorf to fight the oncoming chaos threat that happened after the 100-Man War, and just that first night when Nix has called that meeting of allies, and it's just immediately shifted to everyone blaming her. It's her fault, it's her fault. It was so freaking good of roleplay, and Nix just being able to like kind of stand up for herself a bit in that moment and show that confidence and not bow her head and just roll over. It was really, really fun scene. Just to play that out for the entire weekend too, really. Just having everything, just Nix trying so hard to keep this town from falling, and just despite everything she tried, it didn't succeed. Handelsdorf fell to the powers of ruinous chaos. And now with the world shift, that's kind of weird soupy what's happening there, and letting the story team figure that stuff out. But regardless, it was such a phenomenal event with incredible bits of roleplay. Nix finally got herself freed from the thralls of Zeech that were deep within her soul in a deeply freaking emotional and intimate roleplay scene. Where a bunch of folk did soul scry on her soul. It was Arwen, Nali, and Yasmin, I think. There was a bunch of, and Kavir, did a soul scry on Nix's soul, and the part of Nina that has been attached to Nix's soul since she pulled it from her in panic when she died, helped guide folk through Nix's soul a bit. I got to roleplay the snake as well, which is the remnant of Bellis that has lingered since that scene as the aspect of Zeech, and there was just so many phenomenal quotes there, and I got to reveal a bunch of Nix's trauma and her backstory that normally wouldn't be explained to a lot of folk. So now that small group of people know that part about Nix, which is actually amazing. And some of the key quotes that stood out for me from that were one from Kavir, which was Nix's emotions were like, well, what if I fall again? I'll fail again. This won't work. And Kavir said, she's already got a fucking net. And that was so freaking symbolic. And then another moment in that scene was I got to express how she gave up her memories, her childhood memories of the Athel Lauren, to Vance, who died at Craig's store in order to help restore his soul to him. And I don't know who said it, but in that moment, someone's just going, she gave up everything. And that was so symbolic to Nyx's entire story at that point, because she had. She'd been fighting so hard for so long to keep people safe, and she just keeps failing, but she keeps trying, giving up more and more and more. And it was just a really gentle moment of just other folk realizing that. And at the end of it, Nyx opened the door. She let Lilith back in, and it was just such a beautiful thing. So many other phenomenal things happened at this event. A bunch of smaller moments that I can't even begin to list. But the final battle, stealing everything with nobody, the magic college exploding, the big ritual that Mint did to protect Handelsdorf, just stunning, incredible event, and I cannot thank everyone who roleplayed that with me. I'm very interested to see how Nyx's the Archmage goes for the next event.
Come on! Who wants good tonight?
Watch your back! Watch out! Not everyone!
We have to play! Make way!
Bear doesn't tangle! Shadow tangs around your leg! You cannot move for 30 seconds! Finish it now! It's not working! Got a little lower! I've done it! I'm done! Move! Go to Canoa! Go to Canoa!
Mages controlling and clerics controlling that magic. Give me a stone draw. Thank you for taking Fingers crossed. Alrighty. Success. It's like I don't deserve Well, it's new adventure stuff. You guys work out tomorrow.
There's a healer behind them! Let's get that healer down!
This is some weapon strange heresy right here!
I want! Okay!
It's ready. Nope.
Dale, can you do the wall?
In a couple of minutes. Let's let our boy John. He makes me fun again.
Oh, do I still have one? Oh, that's really funny. So, oh, and I have this too. Okay, little bit of context. I just opened up the storyteller's box because I was about to talk about the goblin ball, and I found 2 trinkets in there that I haven't put out yet. Ah, they can stay in there. I think they belong there now. That's so sweet. Anyway, yes, the goblin ball. This was a really, really cool night. You've probably seen, I haven't made another video of it. Video here, editing Luca. But this was a super duper fun, kind of a more chill, immersive experience more than a LARP, I would say. It very much was kind of just a fantasy ball with some cool thematic elements to it. It was really, really well done, and the story of it was phenomenal. I love how it's a continuous plot that kind of jumps between realms as well. Everyone's costumes for this night were absolutely stunning. The NPCs did a phenomenal job. The performances there were gorgeous. And just the atmosphere of it was absolutely incredible. Like, it was such an amazing night, just hanging out with friends, having light roleplay aspects, and trinket trading, which has now become my favorite thing in the entire world. I now know for next year that I need to make way more trinkets than I did because I ran out so early on in the night. But no, it was actually incredible. And I actually have been given the amazing privilege of kind of being sponsored by the Goblin Ball next year to attend their event. So y'all will see me there as the storyteller once again. They will be returning to the realms. Because they have sponsored both my tickets for both nights of the event, and I'm going to be coming and filming another video for y'all there. So I think that is super freaking cool. Like, that is my first, like, sponsored deal as a content creator with a LARP. Like, it's really, really cool. So I can honestly not thank the team at the Goblin Ball enough for giving me this opportunity and reaching out to me for this, because I'm really, really excited for it, and I think it's going to be a really cool event, especially now because it's over 2 nights. So yeah, keep an eye out for that video in the next new year coming, because it was a really, really cool night just hanging out with friends, and I love the atmosphere and the work that they've put into this event each year. So yeah.
It's been fun. watching you run around with your trite games tonight. And of course, Pentina, my heart does ache for you. You are not wrong. You've simply been misled. Myself, as an ancient ice bloodline, nonsense. And of course, everything I've done for the good of Sheet Crane and its people. So, remove my crown, exercise this beast within, but mark my words. And for my potential parting words, what will come in my place will be far worse than Tintina's false blush.
Damned.
Mixing the devil, may remove him from my sight. Very better stay.
Now, with that fine list, I would like to thank each and every one of you seekers. Without your bravery, swiftness, and camaraderie, we would not have been able to discover the truth of Greenfield Mark. So thank you. But my sister Solin has a few words of her own.
Thank you, Sakendra. On to brighter news, and with the help of our most honorable Pentina, we have identified the chosen one. The prophecy told of one true leader who would make the right choice to lead Chakran into an age of equality and fairness for all, as is the foretold way. Please, we welcome you, chosen one. Choice that is righteous and pure of heart. As such, we wish to grant you free passage to the Goblin Ball.
If you would all like to bow.
Oh. Quest. Whoa. Quest. How do I begin with Quest this year, guys? I'll be so for real. Out of character, worst Quest I've been to. The weather was terrible. My tent broke. I had to stay at a friend's Airbnb for a couple of nights. Out of character, I was so violently stressed. I had multiple anxiety attacks throughout the week. Horrible time out of character. Worst event I've been to out of character by far. That being said though, at the same time, it was the most amazing event I've been to. Just in the sense of getting to see the community really come together and support each other through all of it. Like, it was just such an emotionally charged event. I think that's a really good way of describing it actually. Like, both out of character and in character, it was such an emotionally charged event. And despite everything, there was still some incredible story moments that were told throughout it. Honestly, I'm not really gonna say much about Quest. I'm just gonna kind of let the little video journal thing I decided to make throughout the week kind of speak for itself on that front, because that paired with the video I'm going to put at the very, very end of this entire conglomeration, I feel like really sums that up super duper well. So yeah, I won't say much about Quest, and I'll just let past Luca at the event and during the event do the talking there for me.
We are here, day 1 of Super Quest. About to start doing makeup and things, so I just wanted to kind of film a quick video and just kind of see how we're feeling day 1. Be anxious, excited. Should be good. Let us see though what Sudenberg has in store for us this year. Day 4. Had to evacuate camp last night, go to crash at friends Airbnb because the weather was so bad and our tent came down. But today's meant to be a crazy day, so gonna roll back to camp and see how things go. Ooh.
I can be holding times that we turn like I am kill it.
Hello, it is the last day of In Character for Quest 2025. Crashed at the Airbnb for a couple nights. The weather has definitely improved, which is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's very good. It's very good. Oh, shiver. Oh, let's go. Final day, baby. Wow. One device.
Insulting you, Raffian. It says do better. One day we'll get us some fucking. Child.
For the child.
The child.
Yes.
My phone is also dead because there's water in the charging thing, so I can't charge it, so we'll be getting it. It's okay, it needs to die. It just needs really sensitive.
There we go. Update, I think this is 4 now. That's Quest done. It's done. We did it. Quest has been done. Weather, shit. Event, fucking amazing. A lot of ups and downs and stuff, but it was really, really good. So, I love you all very much. And I can't wait to see what the consequences of what the fuck we just woke up was.
Gosh, Geelong Renaissance Festival. This was also such a freaking fun event. I'll be so real. I once again got to work with Swordcraft Geelong this time to showcase Swordcraft and showcase LARP at an event like this. And it was so much fun. It was such an incredibly good weekend. Like, just getting to show off and do some biffs with friends and just spruik one of my favorite things in the entire world, which is LARP and this hobby, to a bunch of people. And it was just really, really, really fun. The atmosphere was incredible. The weather could have been better. It was kind of on and off rainy in a weird way for the entire weekend. Like, the weather was wild and end of the year for LARPs. I don't know what it was. But it was so freaking fun. And just got in, as I said, showcase some biffs, kind of get to see how I've improved as a fighter over the past few years. Like, I was looking back at the videos you'll see shortly, and I'm just like, oh, I've improved a decent amount when it comes to dual wielding. So that was super duper fun. Also got to go hang out with some cool people and have a really fun chill night. A bunch of us went axe throwing and then out for dinner after the first night of the event, which was super duper fun. Thank you so much to Prue for organising that. That was amazingly fun. Got to go see an incredible freaking fire dance performance. That was crazy cool. Like, that was really freaking cool. I'm gonna put some clips in there for that as well because I love. Got to hang out with a bunch of my loves. Got to hang out with Kate and Ev, and we got to go hang out on one of the days and stuff, and it was really nice. Got to go watch some bowhurt and some jousting. Got to go see my favorite female knight ever, my favorite lady knight. I love her. She's Lady Renee. If you are watching this, I adore you. You are my favorite person ever, and you are always who I vouch for when I'm at events that I see you jousting. But yeah, it was a really cool event. Definitely smaller. They could have done better with their food trucks. I know they had a bunch of food trucks drop out last minute, so there wasn't really that many food options, which is fair. It's fine. Prue saved us by bringing us McDonald's on the second day. An absolute legend. But yeah, it was just a really chill kind of weekend. I got so sunburned afterwards, like bad. But it was really good, so yeah.
There's trouble.
God, you deserve a fire skirt. Here we go.
Yeah, it's too
In there. Out the window.
I did it. That's all of them. That's all all the LARPs for the year. What a freaking year! Woo! Now as I said, I did film something after Quest. That will kind of be my wrap-up video for that, but this year has been filled with incredible stories. It was so much fun. We've had our ups, had our downs, had our last minute world changes, had last minute cancellations, location shifts, and just all of it. But it's also been absolutely incredible of a year. And I can't wait to see what next year brings. So, woo. See y'all next time. And let's let post-Quest week wrap us up. Woo! Quest done. Quest has been done. This is the final clip of this little novella, I guess. Yay. Feels weird to be back in house. It generally feels really weird to be back home, and I don't know how I feel about that yet, I'll be very honest. But bleed is admittedly hitting a little. I'm tired. But so deeply happy and adoring of this wonderful, wacky community of friends I found. Like, despite it all, yes, there was terrible weather, there was some really bad organization stuff going on in the background. We had to change settings a few weeks before the biggest event of the year, but like, despite all of it, I think the hardship really just highlighted to me why I do love this community so much, because when it comes down to it, we help each other, we support each other, there's care there from people you wouldn't normally expect. I found myself being checked in on by people I didn't think actually cared at all. I was so supported, and people went out of their way to make sure that I was safe and okay. And I in turn like to think I did the same for them. And we told some absolutely incredible fucking stories throughout it all. I think Jazzle was right. LARP really is just meaningful nonsense, and I'm really glad to be able to call everyone my kindred. Because that's what the Swordcraft community is to me. They are my kindred at this point. Yeah. I would not be the person I am today without everyone at the Swordcraft community, without everyone in LARP communities across the world in general. And I like to think I'm who I am today because of this wonderfully wacky little hobby of ours. And this event really reminded me of that, you know? So thank you. I adore all of you so incredibly much. And I apologize for the weird flashbanging lighting you're getting, because I'm sorry I'm not getting you good lighting. I literally just got back and finished unpacking 5 seconds ago. Yeah, I think that'll do it. See you all very soon. I love you all very much. See you on the next adventure, I guess.